Well, Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk didn't hold back in his criticism of Liverpool's performance, describing it as slow, predictable and sloppy with wrong decision-making. Those comments were put to Arne Slot.
So slow or predictable are words that I can understand he uses. But if you want to go faster, you have to be able to dominate situations on the sides, because then something can happen. And we struggled to dominate on the sides today.
The worst for you?
I mean, look, it's not a great result, that's for sure. I mean, you're playing bottom of the table team, but Wolves deserved the win. I thought Wolves were really good, and I think over the last few weeks, Rob Edwards has turned a bit of a corner with this side. And obviously, look, they're cut adrift, they're going to go down. So it looks terrible because Wolves are bottom of the table. But I thought they fully deserved it, Tom. They played well. Liverpool was shocking. They really were poor, Tom. They were played so flat. I mean, exactly what Van Dijk said. Predictable, sloppy. They were flat, slow in possession. Didn't get tight, didn't press. This rock and roll football that I used to watch under Liverpool, it was so good to watch. Just non-existent now.
Right. One, should Slot get back to that? But two, can he get back to that?
I don't think that's his style.
It's not easy, is it?
Well, I don't think that's his style. I think we're now seeing that is Slot style is not that. It's a possession-based style of football, slow. He's never going to get back to what Jurgen Klopp did. Last season, they had a bit of a mix. They were compact. They didn't concede goals, but they still had a bit of Jurgen Klopp about them in the way that they broke on teams and they done things quick. This season has been the complete opposite. This is an Arne Slot team, Arne Slot formation, Arne Slot tactics. And I think, really, they've gone way down in terms of what they were and where they were as a football team. And I think they're poor. I really do.
But how is that possible when you spend, I mean, literally hundreds of millions of pounds on players in the summer? When you do that, how can you be criticised for being boring?
Well, because they are boring. I mean, when
how do you become boring?
Well,
when you spent all of that money on attacking players.
Yeah, but Isak got injured, so that's
fair enough.
And he was not at it, right? But Luis Diaz left. Luis Diaz is one of their best players. He left, and you got Cody Gakpo playing out there. He ain't good enough. He's an average player in the Premier League. He's not good enough. Ekitike, he's come in. I like him. He's the star. But when you look at the players that they've brought in, Frimpong's not better than Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Kerkez ain't better than Andy Robertson. So if you look at the team, it's not any better, apart from that you say that Isak is one where you hope that he will be a future star for them. Salah's dropped off, Van Dijk's dropped off, the whole team's dropped off. So, yeah, they've spent money, but I don't think they've actually improved the squad. I think they've got new players in because they're thinking that maybe other players are going to, maybe go down. But look, they've been so reliant on Salah to produce. But, Tom, I have to say, forget about, the players that they've got, because they have got good players. They have got good players. But I'm amazed at how slow they play. It's so slow to watch. It's so predictable. Like when I used to watch Liverpool play, they'd win the ball back, bang. They'd get it out to Salah. They'd stick it into players. Luis Diaz, get him, high press, fullbacks bombing on, making things happen. Trent would get it. First instant, bang, can I put Salah in? Now, sideways, backwards, and I'm standing there. Frimpong gets the ball last night, Tom. I was watching the game. Frimpong gets the ball, and Salah is standing there waiting. Put me in. Give me the ball, put me in. And everyone's moaning about Salah and his performances, and he ain't been good enough. But give the best players the ball. Salah's one of your best players. Ekitike's your best player. Give them the ball all the time. First instant, where are they on the pitch? Can I stick it into them? Can we play forward? Yeah, mate, it's so slow, Tom. It's painful to watch.
But you can work on that on the training ground, can't you?
Well, yeah, but if that's not the manager's style, if the manager's style is to be this slow build-up, possession-based football where you move the ball around and you try and find little areas and pockets, and well, then in the end it becomes boring. Liverpool are boring. They are a boring team to watch. And I used to love watching Liverpool play. This is one of the most boring Liverpool teams I've seen in the last 10 years.
Liverpool suffered their worst defeat of the season in a humiliating 2-1 loss to Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux, a result described by fans and pundits as poor, boring, and painfully predictable. The Reds, already struggling for consistency, were outfought, outthought, and outplayed by a determined Wolves side that capitalized on late drama. André's 94th minute deflected winner sealed the misery after Mohamed Salah's 83rd minute equalizer had briefly sparked hope following Rodrigo Gomes' 78th minute opener. The performance was devoid of intensity, creativity, and urgency, with Liverpool looking sluggish from the first whistle and unable to impose themselves in any phase. Arne Slot faced the media post-match looking visibly deflated, admitting the display was unacceptable, and one of the lowest points since he took charge. "This was poor, it was boring at times, and it was painful to watch," he said bluntly. "We didn't create enough, we didn't press properly, and we conceded in a way that's becoming too familiar. The players know this isn't good enough." Slot took full responsibility, stating he must find solutions quickly as the team slips further from the top four, now trailing the Champions League places by several points with games running out. Pressure on the Dutch manager is mounting rapidly, with calls growing louder that he's on thin ice. Critics point to recurring issues: slow starts, defensive fragility in stoppage time, and a lack of tactical adaptability, despite heavy summer investment. Pundits like Jamie Carragher labeled it a humiliation that exposed Slot's limitations in big away games, while Steven Gerrard questioned whether the squad still believes in the project. Social media erupted with frustration, many fans declaring this the nadir of a disappointing campaign and demanding change if results don't improve swiftly. The defeat has left Liverpool humbled and vulnerable, with Slot insisting he remains committed but acknowledging the need for immediate improvement to salvage European qualification. The coming weeks will be defining as the heat intensifies on the Anfield hot seat. Please like and subscribe.